The Mercedes-AMG E53 wagon is coming to America and it's bringing all 604 horsepower with it. This is the 2026 Mercedes-AMG E53 Hybrid Wagon, looking pretty much identical to the European version we saw over a year ago. To refresh your memory, it has 577 combined horsepower in normal operation, or 604 horsepower when race start is activated. The numbers match the E53 sedan, which uses the same turbocharged 3.0-liter inline-six connected to a 9-speed automatic transmission. Sandwiched in the middle is a single electric motor capable of adding 161 horsepower to the mix. All that power goes to ground through the AMG Performance 4MATIC Plus all-wheel drive system. With everything set to max attack, Mercedes says the E53 hybrid wagon leaps to 60 miles per hour in 3.8 seconds. That requires the aforementioned race start system, which also requires you to choose the optional AMG Dynamic Plus package. Doing so also raises the wagon's top speed from an electronically limited 155 miles per hour to another electronic limiter at 174 miles per hour. The package also adds an AMG limited slip rear differential, composite brakes with 15.4-inch front discs, active engine mounts, and a snazzy AMG steering wheel. That's what you get on the fun side, but lest we forget, this is also a plug-in hybrid. There's a 28.6 kilowatt-hour, 21.2 kilowatt-hour usable battery mounted under the rear of the wagon, and it contains enough juice to drive up to 87 miles per hour without touching the gas engine. Mercedes isn't ready to share an electric-only range at this time, but it will likely be in the neighborhood of 40 miles. For comparison, the E53 hybrid sedan goes 42 miles with the exact same powertrain and battery. Given the extra mass of the wagon, subtracting a few miles makes sense. The wagon launches in America with 12 exterior color options and a plethora of packages that dress up the long roof E-Class. AMG devotees can also step up for the E53 Hybrid Edition 1 trim, a special version wearing a coat of alpine gray with bold AMG graphics and 21-inch wheels on the outside. Inside you'll find a gray interior with yellow trim and Edition 1 branding. The E53 Hybrid marks the return of AMG's high-performance wagon in the States. The mighty E63 and its 603 horsepower twin-turbocharged V8 bowed out after 2023. Technically, this new wagon is more powerful, albeit it by one pony, and even then, it's only a temporary boost. But it's nearly a half-second slower to 60 miles per hour than the E63. Mercedes doesn't mention anything about weight, but that hybrid powertrain must be rather beefy to see that much of a difference in acceleration. Will the new hot wagon cost as much as the old E63? That's another unanswered question at this time, but we're betting the answer is probably not. That old V8 barnstormer stickered over $122,000 in its least expensive form. Pricing for the E53 hybrid wagon hasn't been announced, but the sedan starts at $89,150 including destination. It's reasonable to think the wagon could check in under $100,000. We'll know later this year when the 2026 Mercedes-AMG E53 Hybrid Wagon goes on sale.